as the process that we're going to get, at this time, we want to reserve the rest of our time for anyone who's here. I don't know if anybody will be asking questions via Facebook. Somebody is monitoring the Facebook feed too for any questions, but if anybody has a question that they would like to pose to us, or even just comments, you don't have to ask a question. There's a microphone and a podium right over here. Feel free to, I think the microphone is on, so you don't have to turn it on, but you can go ahead and ask your question.
My name is DeJoannis. I'm in Jeff Luxembourg's district. My concern being here tonight is climate sustainability, keeping it sustainable for human life. So I'll pitch three things. The state finances our school renovations to a very large extent, more than our towns do, and we're grateful for that. But I think they should not finance school renovations that include new or existing fossil fuel burning equipment. If we're going to finance them, it has to be no fossil fuel burning. Everybody we know, we got to stop burning fossil fuels. We have to get it to zero emissions by 2050. School buildings last a long time, so we better start soon. All right, that's the schools. Massachusetts has had a community solar program for 25 years, and half a dozen other states or more around the country also have them. The newest is New Hampshire's. We have one that's about 3 years old, and so far we have a grand total that I'm aware of one community solar in the whole state. We got to start generating a lot of electricity, and 70% of our houses can't do it on their rooftops because either they don't own the rooftop, or it's a condo and they're not allowed to touch it, or they live in an apartment, or it's shady. You got to have sun to get solar. So I'm told that our community solar law is too complex and risky for developers to take advantage of. If you don't know what community solar is, by the way, a developer puts up a big solar park on some open space, and people like us buy a piece of the output from that solar park. So we get renewable energy generated locally. And we eliminate some local fuel burning in its place. So can we please fix our community solar law and get it to work? In 3 years, we should have had more than one. Do you remember the third? Okay, senior moment, I can't think of the third one. I'll do one other thing. We need to encourage people to stop burning gas in their homes. A lot of people have gas stoves. Recently, there's been a lot of research that shows that even when they're turned off, they leak methane. Not good for your health. Not good for the health of the planet. Methane is 50 times worse than carbon dioxide emissions. So how about an incentive to payment to people to get people to replace their gas stove with an electric stove? The chefs think electric is the best possible anyway. So, thank you.
I just want to thank...
You have to forgive Mark.
Yes. This is the way of the world, modern American politics. But I just want to thank Diane and Jean, who are just such outstanding environmental advocates and have been working on these issues for as long as I've been involved in our Manchester community in our 12th district, your advocacy has made a tremendous difference at the state capitol, and everybody on this panel, I think, probably has a 100% scorecard with the League of Conservation Voters in terms of how we vote on environmental issues. But what I love about your advocacy is the specificity of what you're asking for, that you're really clear about what you're looking for us to do. And I think you have a commitment from us that we're going to do our best. We're going to do our best. There's always hurdles, and there's always constituency groups that aren't ready to make the big, bold changes we need to have a better environment. But we just keep pushing. We keep pushing. And when we're pushing, we feel like we have support from the community because we have your advocacy and many others that reach out to us about these issues. So I just want to thank you for your advocacy and let you know that we're here to partner with you to try to make some of these changes.
Yeah, to your point about school construction, I just wanted to note, I did request a bill this year that would...
I'm having trouble hearing.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that. I was just sharing that we had requested a bill. I requested a bill this year for school construction to take into consideration the potential of including solar panels when they are building new construction. So that idea is in the works. It'll take some time to get there because that'll add significant cost to construction, but...
We've proved in Manchester, we have under construction here a net zero energy school. It's not a new school, it was built in the 1950s. So it's possible to take an old building and renovate it and make it, generate all the electricity, all the energy it needs in a year. It can make it all. We've proven that. So, if we can do it here, we should be able to do it anywhere in the state. A 2-story building, it's really easy to do. And if it's a new building, it's a no-brainer.
I was going to mention that we have a good story to tell with Buckley, and the state was very supportive of that. But to your point, I mean, we need to have more of a streamlined program to encourage that. So I think that point's well taken. On the community solar, I know there is a bill that's going to be debated this session about expanding that program, and it's just expanding the number of available credits, so who can participate in that program. And I know it tends to incorporate more community solar in the sort of commercial and multifamily as opposed to single family. So there's a whole negotiation that happens. Those bills are very complicated, but yes, I agree. We have to continue to push that every year. It's going to be a multi-year effort to really ramp it up and expand it to where it needs to be to make an impact.